What is going on, everybody? This is William with WM Rentals. Today I am bringing you a video on the Mercedes C300 and should you use it for Turo. I'm going to be breaking this video into three parts. First part is going to be finding the vehicle, the price ranges, and also how I found them. Second part is going to be what it costs to actually operate this vehicle and then what you're actually going to be making. Third is going to be what do I think? What's the rating and will you actually make money? Because if you're here to do anything other than make money, believe this isn't for you. Alright, let's get to part one. Today we are using Auto Tempest for this information. As you go through this, Mercedes-Benz C300 nationwide. Now, obviously, use your area. Duh. Min price, max price 25 to 35. That seems to be the sweet spot. Min year 2017. I only use 2017 plus. Anything else is too old and too dated, and you're going to lose all your money in the end. 45,000 max mileage. That's what I prefer. I want to rent these things out for a long time. I'm talking 2-3 years so I can pay off the car and make as much money as possible. And I'm looking for the sedan. The coupe's just honestly stupid. If you come into town and you rent a C300 coupe, you're a dummy. You're literally dumb. So I'm going to search that up. Now, I found three tasty examples here. The first being this blue one. Now, this blue one is up in the range. It's up in my $35,000 mark, so it's a little more expensive than the rest. Now, I'm going to tell you why I like this car and why it's great for Turo specifically. These Mercedes products either come with a chrome or black detail kit. This one is all blacked out here. Now, you really can't search this trim. It's kind of hard to find, honestly. But doesn't this look much better than its counterparts? When it's all blacked out like this, it's much sleeker and much more appealing to the eye. That's what you're trying to do, catch the eye. I like this one at $35. It also has a really great feature, this beautiful red interior. This is gorgeous. It'll also have ambient lighting, something, again, that will catch people's eye. This one has about 23,000 miles on it. Actually, if you get a great deal, you absolutely should buy it. Not financial advice, all that fun stuff. Second, we're going to have this one. I think this is a bit of a different example, but it's still good. $29,900, so $5,000 cheaper. This car, same kind of thing, black interior. It has wood paneling, whatever, not my favorite thing. But $29,000, a bit of a better deal. This one does have 43,000 miles, so 20,000 extra miles. Now, you're going to be making about $8,000 to $10,000 per 10K miles, so that's something to consider. I actually would probably still buy the blue one over this one. But again, a great example with a lot of positives. Black interior, things like that. And then I wanted to look at one more. Now, these aren't bad. There's worse ones than these. These are the sport wheels. They're okay. They're a little too small for the car itself. But this is an example of what, like, the basey one looks like. Again, $25,800. That's low. That's cheap. We like cheap. These cars are going to get beat up. You're in Turo. You're not doing, it's not a fancy process. As you go through this one, black interior, it looks good. The only thing that's wrong with this one is this chrome here. So this chrome, there's a small thing of chrome and this chrome. I would actually tell you to get a chrome delete. It's about $200. This can get blacked out for you, and the front grille can get blacked out for you. That'll bring a much better look to this vehicle, and again, will attract more renters to it. You can find, I'll pop it up on the screen or something. You can find the black, like, trim stuff. You can literally find it on Amazon, and you're good to go. Now, part two, why not? Part two of this video. What we're looking at next is how much will this rent for? Now, I like to think of this in two different spaces. The first is going to be, how's it going to rent for in like a New York or a California or something like that that's more populated? And then what's it going to rent by me? Now, I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. You could pretty much call that for any city, Oklahoma City, Cleveland, anything in that mosh pit in the middle of the U.S. You can basically take these prices and you're good to go. Now, this Mercedes by me rents for about $100 a day. That's amazing. Again, that's amazing for what the price is. And what you can do, I'm on auto loan calculator. Your auto loan for $30K, if you just finance the whole thing, which you should do, is $566 a month. Now, that's not terrible. You have to factor in insurance. You also have to factor in just like general wear and tear. So let's bop this number up to about $800 a month. These cars are Mercedes. They're not cheap to maintain, but let's just say it's $800 a month to maintain it and da-da-da-da-da. Some of that stuff, of course, you can write off in taxes, but, you know. So your total cost, $100 a day, right? Times that by 15. Utilization in the Midwestern states is about 50% of the month. I've had months where I've done 78, which is really high and was amazing. All the way low as 40. It seems to trend at about 60%. And that 40 month was me. I had a cancellation because my car got messed up. But that's what you can expect. So 100 times 15, again, half the month, times 0.8. Now, that's if you're on the 80 plan. I myself, think about switching to the 90 plan. I'm on the 80 plan with Turo. So about 80% of your profit gets taken away, or 80% of your revenue. Minus that $800 a month, you're left with a $400 a month profit. $400 a month in profit? Yeah, that's right. 400 extra bones in your pocket. And you're paying off a car, you're barely having to do anything if you follow my automated system, and you're good to go from there. That's my video on the Mercedes C300. My overall rating for this car, for the cost to rent ratio, is an 8.5. I think this is a stellar car. I think it's a great way to get into Turo if you're thinking about it. Turo rentability rating is an 8.1. It's good. It's not great. It's not the best thing in the world that you can rent. I think this is still a great car to rent. You're going to have ongoing costs at about a 8.4. These are, I mean, it's a 4-cylinder. It's a Mercedes, so there are expenses, but it's not really that complicated of a car. And then lastly, depreciation rating. Now, depreciation rating for me, this is like, I've been looking at cars for over 20 years and looking at markets for over 20 years, so I feel like I know. These cars will depreciate as the newer models come out. Now, the new C-Class just came out, so these will go down in price. I don't see them going down a ton, but I have this at a 4.3. You are going to take a hit eventually on you. Lastly, is this a flex vehicle? Now, this is important for rental cars. Is this a car that some people are like, oh, look at me, oh, I'm looking at what I'm in. I would hope to God not. It's a Mercedes C300. Who do you think you are? It's not that nice. I mean, it's a nice car, but it's not that nice. A Civic and this cost the same thing. I would say no, people aren't really renting this car to flex. It's more of, I just want to test out a Mercedes, or I want a Mercedes when I'm in town. I really don't think it's a flex car. So, would I buy this car? Yes, absolutely. I think it's a great vehicle to buy for Turo. I am planning on adding one to my fleet once my gray Macan is finally out of commission. It's done about 50,000 miles of rentals for me so far, so it's on its way out. You know, it's getting up there in miles, but yes, I would absolutely recommend buying the C300 as a Turo rental. Oh, I should probably do like an outro. Now, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe to this video. I'm going to be doing a video on every single car on the planet Earth that you can rent on Turo. There's going to be some that I absolutely hate, and I'm going to tear apart and hopefully steer you the right way. If you're new here, which you probably are since this is the first video, stick around. I'm going to be talking about all these cars. I'm going to tell you what cars I think, based on my math, you should buy for Turo. Have a tremendous rest of your day, everybody. Bye.